This is Showtime Sean Porter.
This is Errol Smith Jr.
Hey everyone, this is Jesse Vargas.
And you're watching True School Sports.
You're watching True School Sports.
And you're watching True School Sports.
Stay tuned.
It's personal between me and you, and I'm going to do you some serious harm, you big stiff idiot.
The untouchable True School Sports Empire proudly presents something the boxing game's been missing. Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. Now, Ryan Garcia and Gervonta Davis, that's probably the biggest fight, or one of the biggest fights that can be made in boxing. It's the other fight in boxing that, along with Crawford and Spence, is seemingly never going to happen. We know just like Crawford and Spence, it's not happening this year, so we don't need to hold our breath on that any longer. But Ryan Garcia was speaking out about this fight and the negotiations about this fight, and highlighted some pretty interesting things. And I kind of wanted to read you guys what he said and give my little 2 cents on that. So he stated the following, and I quote, "I want to fight Tank, and Tank wants to fight me. This fight is what boxing needs right now. I accepted all terms on my side and have instructed my team to get the fight done exactly as it was offered. The fans deserve this fight. Our sport needs this fight. We got to get this BS figured out. This should have been the best couple of months in boxing. Spence Crawford fell apart, me and Tank running into issues. That's not what boxing's supposed to be about. Respectfully, celebrity boxing should not be defining our sport," which I agree with. He then went on by saying, I quote, "Everyone talks about player empowerment in the NBA and other sports leagues. It's time to have a real conversation about player empowerment in professional boxing. I want this fight for my career and real talk for my mental health. The guys in charge can make this happen. Don't let this break down. I'm asking on behalf of everyone who loves the most beautiful sport in the world." So there you have it, Ryan Garcia. Really, I think first and foremost, I've always thought out of all the fight, I know people say like he's ducked this guy and he's ducked that guy. I mean, maybe he has, but the fight that I always thought he was serious about making was this fight with Gervonta Davis, because I feel like in his mind, right? In his mind, I feel like this fight for Ryan Garcia is the defining fight of his career. This is the fight that will make Ryan Garcia into a super duper star. He's already a superstar, but a super duper star that's going to be, talked about years and years down the road, and just really be that flag bearer for the sport of boxing. So I've always thought he was serious about this fight because of that. He's right. First of all, let me just say I agree with Ryan Garcia. All this shit going on in boxing with the two divas, with him and Tank, these big fights breaking down, that's not what boxing should be about. Boxing is about making these big events happen so that the paying customers, the fans, can be happy. Boxing's done a very horrible job this year of treating the paying customers and the fans with any sort of dignity and respect. And you know what? That's going to be on boxing's fault, the promoter's fault. These promoters think they're so freaking smart, but little do they know, they got the fucking World Cup about to happen in November. Boxing going to really suffer during the World Cup. You got the NBA back in swing. You got the hockey back in swing. You got World Series going on right now. College sports going on right now. You got the UFC putting on great events, giving their fans the product they want. So boxing, for good, bad, or indifferent, is falling by the wayside when we talk about mainstream appeal, particularly in this country, in the United States of America. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Celebrity boxing and these like sideshow events like Jake Paul and Anderson Silva, they shouldn't be defining our sport. But you know what? They're defining our sport because our sport is not giving the consumers, the fans, and the people that really are invested in the sport the fights that they ask for when they ask for them. He mentioned player empowerment. Now, I do think that boxing should probably have that conversation, because I do think right now in the sport of boxing, there's a lot of fighters whose development and careers are suffering because they can't get fights. And, I feel like promoters are slaves to the networks, and there's got to be a way that we can make things better for everybody involved, for the fighters, for the promoters, for everybody, so that everybody wins, especially for the fans, because at the end of the day, without fans, there is no boxing. There is no fucking pay-per-view stars. The fans are what create pay-per-view stars. So if you keep mistreating fans, and fans keep going to UFC and going to watch the other sports that they're fans of, then you're gonna have boxing is gonna run into some big problems, in these next couple of years. And truth be told, sometimes even me covering this shit, I'm like, man, sometimes I want to just make videos about hockey, talk about the Florida Panthers or the Marlins or just other things that I'm passionate about. But I love boxing so much, so I feel like I have a duty to cover the sport, so I'm not gonna do that. But every now and then, because of how boxing is, I feel like just talking about other things I'm passionate about besides boxing. But anyway, Ryan Garcia wants this fight. And truth be told, I know people can say Ryan's abducted and avoided the fight, but truth be told, we know what's going on at PBC. We know what's going on with Mayweather Promotions and Leonard Ellaby. We know that there is a witness protection program fully in effect. We know that Floyd Mayweather said just last year that, why would we go make another company great when, PBC, Mayweather Promotions, and Al Haymon, we got our own fighters here. Tank can fight 135 pounders, 140 pounders, 130 pounders. We got matches for them, and they're doing that. They're building guys up like Frank Martin and Michelle Rivera and these kind of guys. They did the Isak Cruz rematch is still out there. Like, he's got options in the PBC stable. So, it's really unfortunate because Gervonta Davis is no spring chicken. He's gonna be exiting his prime sooner than you think, and this is a fight that I really feel like would create big buzz for the sport. It would get a lot of casuals intrigued about the sport. It would show the world what boxing's truly about. I really feel like Ryan versus Tank would be a great showcase of what boxing's all about. And whoever wins that fight is going to become arguably the face of boxing, because that's how big that fight is. That fight is the biggest, might be the biggest fight that could be made in boxing. It's definitely bigger than this bullshit fight with the two divas at 147. This fight is much bigger than that. And we know Ryan Garcia is already a big star outside of boxing. We know Tank is already a big star outside of boxing. These guys move the needle. By themselves, they move the needle. So imagine when they come together, how great of a event it could be and how great of a fight it could be. And personally, I think Ryan Garcia knocks Tank the fuck out. Honestly, that's what I believe. I think Gervonta Davis is due to get knocked out. And Ryan Garcia is just meant for the job. Obviously, he's got to tighten some things up, but, I'm just tired of talk. Like, Ryan, I'm 100% behind Ryan Garcia. Like, I'm with him. Like, this ain't what boxing's about. These negotiations, all this back and forth. This ain't what boxing's about. When Don King and Bob Arum were like really in charge in their heyday, yeah, they were on some bullshit at times, but they made sure they made these big fights because they understood that they benefited by way of the boxing fans being happy. If the boxing fans got what they wanted, the promoters would get what they wanted, and that would ultimately be a successful event and a lot of money. And now we can see all this politics and ego tripping, and it's taking us down a path to nowhere. So yeah, Ryan Garcia definitely speaking the truth, and I hope we can get that fight done in 2023, because we know it's not gonna happen this year. So yeah, leave your comments down below. Make sure you guys take the time to subscribe. And like I say in every single one of these videos, you can love me or you can hate me, but I'm just a kid from Daniel. So until next time, take care, guys. Thank you for watching another video on True School Sports, the home of boxing. If you made it this far, do me a favor and do yourself a damn favor. Hit that subscribe button, and surely you will not be disappointed. True School Sports bringing you the latest and greatest, the untouchable, boxing content, interviews, news videos, breakdowns, live fight reaction extravaganza. We've got a great community of people here, boxing fans all over the world, from America to the UK to Australia, and on and on and on. So join the empire today. Hit that subscribe button. Take care and God.